Hey, what is up, guys? Semo here, or Semowski, and today we're going to be looking at my number 12 sketchbook from 2019 to 2023. I just finished this yesterday, and so yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you very much for following. And if you're following me for my digital work or my digital shorts, also thank you for following. And I hope you like these types of videos. It's gonna be a pretty long video, and I'm gonna be skipping over a few of the sketches here. I will be explaining some of them here and there, but for the most part, this is just a um, quick little sketch tour to see how I work and why some of the images I draw and stuff like that. This is like what you can expect from most artists, just a random collection of images that people use to practice, at least for me. So let's jump into it. We start off with this clean page of my name in graffiti. This was done in November 13th, 2019. This was how I wanted to start the sketchbook out. Not my best work, but something very interesting. This has pretty much nothing to do with the entire sketchbook, but it was very interesting for an opening page. We have a failed sketch here of a woman and some crayons, I think it was, but I didn't like it, so I decided to color it back up. Uh, Sketch of a skull. I was doing some character designs here. This is way before I actually decided to take it serious. Right now, I think these are all really, really bad in comparison to what I can do now, just because I was still trying to find. I was trying to find character designs and how to use character faces. These faces are very interesting to me, so you guys will start. I mean, obviously, if you know my style, you know these faces are similar to what I draw. This character here, again, this was using myself as a reference, but it didn't come out as good as I wanted to. If it was a digital work, it would have came out a lot better. But again, I was getting, used to it. This was 2021. The same thing with this. This is a reference of myself. 2021 as well. And then we have, and these were like all character designs and character makeups to see how they would translate onto a certain comic. But then I soon realized that my style is more suitable to digital work. And when it comes to more realistic and pencil type sketches, that's what a lot of these would suit. But you can see here some of these face sketches of my characters that I chose to create. Still nothing too crazy. Again, if I had done it digitally, it would have been a lot better. A blank page. This was what was it? This was an anatomy test. That's an anatomy test of myself. This image is gonna pop up later on in the book. This was July 4th, 2021, a couple years ago. Now we get into more, like I said, some of these are just going to be toss-ups, some of the sketches. This is what usually most of my sketchbooks consist of, as you can see. Just random sketches of ideas that I have at random moments. I really like this one a lot. Now we're getting more into my kind of creme de la creme of art styles. Then I was practicing the Loomis method because I actually have the book. And I know a lot of people talk about the Loomis method not being the best for learning faces. But I do disagree that there isn't good portions in there. I just think you need to grab more than just that. This is another one of my sketches. I really like this. Kind of like a freehand type. There was a video I posted with it. Someone was mentioning the horn here. Although I do agree with the sentiment, what they talked about wasn't the problem here. The problem was there's no shading at here, so it lacks depth realistically. And that's more the semantics of the sketch. So yeah, because the horn can't go behind, because then the horn wouldn't match. But if I added more shading and pushed this back a little bit more, then it would have been fine. But again, I was dealing with, this normal stuff. Then we have this one that I don't think I've shown. I don't have a video of it, I don't believe. It's a pretty good sketch. I enjoy doing this one. You have more skulls here. Again, I really enjoy practicing skulls. Another anatomy sketch here. I'm really getting to anatomy sketches. I don't do them digitally, but I really do enjoy pencil and graphite and stuff like this. It's very interesting to me. It's very fun. So, and then you have one here as well. I believe this is not me. I don't know what reference that came from. Maybe it is. I'm not too sure. It could be. This was September 26th, about 2 years ago. Same thing with this one. And we have one of these. Again, kind of line work sketches. There's a self-portrait and no date on it, which kind of sucks. It's a good one. 10/18/2021. It's pretty good. You guys, I'm not sure if YouTube has seen this, but I know TikTok has seen it. It's one of my really favorite images that I've drawn. I love these kind of surreal, not necessarily surreal, but like, well, yeah, surrealistic type of sketches where it doesn't necessarily make too much sense, but it's kind of like something that comes from the bowels of the imagination. I really, really like that. Or even the bowels of hell, really. Just a failed line work sketch I was trying to do. What was it? It was a horse, the flying person without the head. I forgot his name. The guy that holds the pumpkin. That guy with holding the mask. But again, this was supposed to be like just a simple sketch. Another one that I've probably shown online somewhere. I really like this one too. Again, I really like this type of sketch work of images that don't necessarily make too much sense. This is a reference of myself I used. As you can see, I was just practicing, seeing if I can, how the highlights and the shading. And again, this will come into play later on, towards the end of the sketchbook. This was really fun. I'm really enjoying these types of drawings. I don't really do it too much because I draw digitally, because it's the best. I mean, I just like drawing digital. I think it's one of those things where my skill set has gotten a lot better on digital, that I just completely forgot that this drawing like this completely existed. Again, another reference of myself. I kind of took some liberations here because I didn't do the additional shading, that the gradient of shading from here to like up on the shoulder and from the back, similar here. So I should have added additional shading there just to see. But I think this was a practice to see how I can cover the dark areas properly. And so I think I did a very good job there. Another image that I really enjoyed. It's, again, it doesn't make any sense, but it's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't gotta make sense to look fucking cool. I really enjoyed this one a lot. Another one that I really enjoyed, mind you, I think these little things on the top kind of messed it up a little bit. I think I could have done better on that aspect. Probably a lot better, actually, for being honest. This is another body reference that I use for myself. I'm not sure if I told YouTube this, but I actually lost weight specifically so I can use myself as a reference. So I learned all about gyms and stuff like that. I mean, I've loved working out, but not to this extent where I was able to get my body down to a point where I can use myself as a reference. And this was very fun and very interesting. I wish I would have taken more pictures of me as I was bigger, because it would have been better to use more of a chubbier physique and reference to get more of a male, a chubby male aspect to it. But yeah, it is what it is. I can gain weight later if I want. Another reference photo. I forgot where I got this one from. Somewhere on my phone. I don't know. This is, wow, I actually haven't seen this one in a while. I'm gonna digitalize this one. It looks cool. I like it. I like looking back at some of my sketchbooks. I don't know if you guys do the same, but I'll draw for like 2 or 3 sketchbooks in, and I won't look back at them. And when I finally do, I find some of the sketches, and I'm like, wow, how haven't I redrawn this yet? And this is one of them here. I'm like, it's so simple, right? And it looks simple as you can see, but there's so much that I can do with this now that I'm like, I want it. This, not so much. Again, back to the surrealist type thing where it's what the hell. I was trying to do the same thing I did earlier, like a couple pages before this, but I failed. Again, you have another ink portrait here. This is when I just randomly draw. I don't really focus on too much. I just draw to draw. But I think these are the images that like help me get to like things like this, right? I think this is also an image I need to redo as well. I really like it. It's interesting. It suits my style that's coming up now, especially in the digital realm. Really, really do enjoy it. Nothing here because I messed, because they seep through. We have this bad boy. Very interesting image. I am going to redraw it digitally and put it into my collection. If you guys do not know, I'm actually working on a digital collection of a lot of my work. It's probably going to be roughly around 200 pages. And it's going to consist of a lot of the works you've seen on YouTube in the shorts, especially stuff that's going to be on my Instagram. So that book is only if you want to support my artwork. If not, then you don't have to buy it, and you can continue to see all the artwork for free. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy some of the work. I really like this one. Again, I'm gonna redo it. It's very interesting. This was a alien-esque. I was trying to imagine what an alien in my style would look like from the Alien movies. I could have done better, but this was very interesting study here. And this was my physique in 2021 still. I was actually on a rampage here drawing through these images. I forgot. I was doing this because I wanted to make actually a sketch of myself in a DBZ pose. I kind of goofed here where the hands are. This came out fine. This came out a little too short. So I think I could have done better. I mean, I know I can because we'll watch later on where I actually do better. These were certain ideas for a comic book that I'm coming up with. I'm not sure how I want it. I'll go back through this later on and see how it's going. So yeah. We have this random image here. Another sketch, random image. As you can see, like again, when I'm drawing some of these things, I need to get these types of images out so I can focus on, other images. I don't know what the hell happened here. Again, frustration. And then we get stuff like this, which is very, very interesting. It's with pen, no pencil here. And I like focusing on this. I think I posted a picture of this, or a video of this one as well. But this is where that image actually came from. So yeah, very interesting. I really like images like this. Again, another goofball here, but just for the next page to be something like this, right? Again, another sweet image that I really do enjoy. It's an eyeball there holding a jacket with the horns popping out. Again, I'm not sure if I actually redrew this one on video, but this is going to be in the collection, just more cleaner and less of those streaky lines. Dude jumping, diving into an eyeball. This is not going to get remade, but I really did enjoy drawing this. Very interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to redraw it, but it was a fun image to draw. Very interesting. I'm not going to redraw this one, but again, it was also very interesting, very surreal. Three arms coming out of the head. The arm is a foot. Don't ask me about any of these types of images. They're just weird. This one is, again, a study. A hand and an eyeball. Nothing too crazy. I actually did redraw something similar later on, but I didn't really like it. I could have done better, but I was just trying to finish this freaking sketchbook, to be honest. I don't like having sketchbooks as out, non-fiction, not finished sketchbooks, still roaming around. Another interesting one. This one's gonna be in the book as well, and the collection. I really like this one a lot. So weird and interesting. This one not so much, but it was also it's interesting. It's fucking weird. Wow. I can't believe I come up with some of these goofy things. Another one of these sketches. Don't ask. And then we have something like this, which again is very interesting. I don't know how I draw it. I don't know where it comes from with deep inside my brain, but it's very interesting. The hands in the back. Very simple, but very interesting to say the least. And then you have something like this too, which again, very simple, but very interesting. More dynamic. The face is kind of like a mask with the horns popping out. And the stance, right? The long arm with the fingers at the top. But you can see that it's not necessarily a real hand. So strange. And the feet are where they're supposed to be. It's a very interesting image. I like it. You have your foot in your mouth. That wasn't the reference here, but it was interesting that I seen it. Well, again, very weird imagery, but I guess that suits me because I'm a very, I wouldn't say I'm weird, but I'm not normal. Another character kind of sketch that resembles from the first couple pages that you guys have seen. This was supposed to be what the characters wear on their faces. Well, this was like, yeah, the first idea of what the characters wear on their faces. Now we have the lumen method as well, just practicing here. A lot of, from here on out, this starts at like 2022, so last year. And from here on out, we're getting into a lot of studies and some debauchery when it comes to just random sketches. So as you can see, practicing the faces, more practicing the faces. The Loomis method isn't the best method to learn how to draw faces, so I would advise to stray away from that book. There are better facial books out there. Mind you, you can also learn online. It's kind of best. The best practice you can get for faces is just draw people in real life or on YouTube or whatever, and just draw faces from people from real life rather, because you can learn a lot more than that from reality, rather than doing something like this where you're learning the structures and stuff like that. And again, a lot of this is very simple and stuff like that. But for me, the reason I'm able to draw faces, like if I'm trying to learn the Loomis method, this makes no sense to me because I can look at a face and pretty much draw it. But when I'm using the Loomis method, it's so weird. As you can see more, the skull sketches are relatively correct. I enjoy drawing those. But again, something like this is alright. As you can see, more of the face sketches. I was practicing faces here forever. Again, something that I don't necessarily think I need. This was one of the characters that I came up with. Still, I think I could have done better. A skull with a beetle in the mouth. Weird, but very interesting. Now we're getting to more of the practice of the hands and stuff like that. Again, a lot of these are, the reason they come out the way they do is because I'm doing it with pen, because I want to be better with pen, because a pen is more of a resemblance of doing digital work in terms of like you're using these type of strict lines, at least when I'm drawing. So as you can see, you're going to be seeing a lot of these type of pen sketches until a couple pages from now. I'll switch back to charcoal and stuff. Just a random holding a sword for perspective purposes, but I did shit there. Random little skull. And then we have something like this, where this was a classical piece that I found online, but I gave it my own little thing to it. I added that face, and then you guys probably seen the original, but compare the original to this. Obviously, the original sweeps this out, but I found that this is very, very much my style. I like it so much. I just love drawing stuff like this, and I actually might go back to this because I feel like my digital work suits When I'm redoing my digital works, a lot of stuff like this, they look better when it starts out like this. So I don't know. Now we have some more body stuff and more charcoal usage and stuff like that. I really like this image. This was practice from Anatomy for the Artist. Very, very interesting. That's where this reference came from. Really like this. This is one of my favorite images I've ever drawn, like ever. And there, here we go. This was supposed to be my physique, but I goofed that up. This was I believe a Instagram model, or maybe someone else. I don't know. I'm not sure. I forgot. Again, this is another reference to me. I know I should probably be turning it, but you guys get the gist. These images aren't supposed to be viewed like, really, they're just practice. This was another, I'm pretty sure this was another Instagram model. This might be the same one from earlier, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I do just grab some random ass people and start drawing them. This is reference of me, Instagram model if I'm not mistaken. But as you can see, I was practicing the lighting on the shoulders here and stuff like that. The tricep here and the chest. I didn't do that much of a good job. Charcoal is a little bit hard to use on paper like this, because this paper, in my opinion, is not malleable enough to not to hold on to the charcoal, but once you draw with the charcoal, it's hard to get rid of the charcoal if you're not like 100% prepared to like keep drawing. It's hard to layer on this type of paper with something that's so non-malleable as like charcoal, in my opinion. I could be wrong because, you know, I'm still practicing with it. These are some anatomy. This is legs, feet. I don't know what the hell this is though. Yeah, I have no idea what this is. This was in 2022, so last year. We have hand sketches. Again, I don't know why I didn't fill up the page, but your sketchbook doesn't need to be filled up. I was attempting to draw Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen, but I didn't feel like it, so I just stopped. Yeah, I really didn't feel like it, so I just ended off there. Another body, pretty sure another Instagram model. Again, so you see in the little cut there, I had to edit out one of the pages due to copyrights, not copyright strikes or anything, but it's like inappropriate, so I can't like be showing those types of posts here. This was landscaping type of stuff. Again, these references, I think I found them on Pinterest. I hate landscapes. They are very difficult. I don't know what it is with my perception of like first viewpoint and stuff like that. Just it never works when I'm trying to do it like this. I can draw them if I'm looking at them, obviously you can see, but trying to draw from the top of my head fucking sucks in that context. I believe this was me just drawing from the top of my head, so this is like just a normal design that I came up with. It's still a little bit shitty because I could have kept going and probably finished it a lot easier, but as you can see, the bottom leg is bigger than the top leg. Doesn't make sense. The proportions up here are off. So yeah, this was supposed to be Yuta. I could have finished it again, but I didn't feel like it. The hands came out, actually, these hands actually came out pretty good. You guys can see it there. I don't know how this was in 2021, but these were in 2022, so I guess that I just marked that incorrectly. I need to redraw this one. This is actually one of my favorite images here because I think the anatomy came out really, really good. And this was obviously Shinra from Fire Force. Just looking at references of faces and stuff like that. Acrobatic legs. No, this is the arm. These are the legs. Those are studies. I was just messing around, drawing whatever the fuck this is. See, this is what I'm talking about. Just so much surreal shit. I just draw at this point. A practice of trying to draw a guy holding a sword from the top of my head. Some of these are going to be from like the top of my head. Like, I had no reference for them. I was just drawing to draw and trying to come up with something without looking at something else, which is a good study. These were all posing, this was 20 seconds, 20 seconds there, trying to figure out how, to do more dynamic poses and stuff. Ooh, just random references here. This was from some random sketch, I don't know. This was supposed to be a robot. Yeah. So chained up dragging. I actually like this. This came from the top of my head. Just imagined it. And I drew it. It's very interesting. Same, just random sketches. Again, sometimes I draw shit like this. I don't know where the fuck it comes from, to be honest. Then we got here. So we have the faces, the Loomis method, still practicing. But then I do something like this where I go on Pinterest, find a page of a whole bunch of mouths, and I just fucking sketch all of them on one page. Just to practice how to draw certain shit. As you can see, I do the same thing here. Just to practice how they might look. A little bit more realistic. This was the same problem that was happening before, but this wasn't the Loomis method. I was actually just drawing from the top of my head here. So this, I believe these were the Loomis methods. Not all of them. Like, this was me drawing from the top of my head. These were the same thing. Just sketching for the shits and giggles. This was a study on how the skin is pulled on the face. This was in Anatomy for the Artist. Very interesting study here. This was a reference from that book as well. This was a body reference. I found fun, interesting. Vertebrae from the same one. We're actually almost at the end. So this was the spine. You can see the back spine, the front spine, the sternum, and then this is like the spine from the side profile, from like almost, yeah, like a side profile. This is very interesting. The way the sternum actually sets up was very interesting to me to see. Then we go into another one. This was like me sketching. This was actually recently, I think yesterday. Very interesting sketch I did. I think I am going to start drawing again like this because this was fun. Actually, these last couple pages were actually pretty fun for me. This was very interesting. I'm going to do this from Agility, but this was fun. Again, another reference. This was from the top of my head. Again, very interesting, very fun. I can't wait to start doing stuff like this again. Very interesting, very fun. That's supposed to be a 3. So yeah, he's looking at the sun. This is reference. I was just no reference. I was just drawing whatever the fuck was there. This is similar to that other drawing of the physique and stuff like that. Similarly, I could have done a lot better than this. I drew the hands. If I would have took my time and just sketched it out, it would have been better. Similarly, as you can see, like, my heads are usually drawn too wide, but it's fine. It's not too big of a deal. This is a hand reference. Whose hand was this? I believe actually this was my hand. Sorry, and that probably scared the shit out of some people, but yeah, this was my hand. I had to use for reference. Came out good. This was not my feet. I just used random reference photos I had on my phone. I like these a lot. This is one of the things I was talking about earlier where I redrew one of the images. This didn't come out anywhere near the way I wanted to, but good concept. Another random image that I really, really did enjoy. I'm going to reuse these. These are really nice. This one, not so much, but I think the idea is really good. With the face and the eyeballs swirling around it, that's really tight. The arm I can put out. I don't need it, but I really do like the idea here. Random sketch of whatever the fuck this is with pen, actually. And then you have something like this which again, I don't know where the fuck this comes from. I just draw and I end up with some weird shit. Some practices, noses, and as you can see, like it's so weird that I go from something like from from pen drawings like this, right? This grotesque what the hell, to then something like as random as noses. So simple. And then this is the last page, I believe. Do I have another page beyond this? No, this is the last page. Again, I'm gonna use this as a reference. I really like it. So yeah, I think that's the end. That's the end of the book, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's go back to the first page. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like. If you didn't, sorry. That's all I can do. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate every single one of you who stay and watch some of my longer form content. And I hope, whoever's following appreciates the artwork that I'm pushing out. And thank you guys for 100+ subscribers. Hope you guys have a good day, and bye.